Hello and welcome back. This is video number 4, and we're going to talk about content and how you can go about taking what we just learned in the previous video, doing the research, finding the keywords, finding what people like and what they want to engage in with. So if we pull that up here, remember we did a search on weight loss magazines, Weight Watchers, Shape, and Women's Health. We found that they like stories, testimonials, basically showing that it works for other people. And essentially, those would also include things like side by side pictures, like one picture over here, and how they've, went through maybe Weight Watchers and then or weight loss, and then you see another picture of them having lost weight. Then, of course, we have content in the form of maybe recipes and in the form of exercises. Now, how do you go about replicating this if you don't have a lot of this content already? Well, right out the bat, if you don't have a lot of testimonials, you can go straight to recipes or to exercises. Now, how do you go about doing that, getting people's attention as they're scrolling through hashtags? Well, as we know, psychologically and over the years, it's been proven that images work. But not only any images, but images that are often non-threatening, which are basically cartoons. So if you've noticed over the years, you might have seen ads with cartoons, especially in the area of weight loss, relationships, money, and more. Now, this is how we're going to go about doing it. We are going to simply, let's say we went through here and we found, let's say, a workout that is working out really, really well. So instead of including tons and tons of words and just images here, what we're going to do is you don't necessarily have to plagiarize, but you can just simply follow the workout. So maybe you find a workout that works really well in terms of losing weight, and instead of taking pictures of you, you want to post something perhaps more non-threatening. So you can either do it in several different ways. You can either use a app called Get Stencil, that's getstencil.com, and you can use this to create quotes. You can use this to create different words that stand out. And that's what I would do. Instead of posting tons and tons and tons of text and only text and that's it, and hashtags, I would post both text, hashtags, and images. Now, like I said, Get Stencil is mainly for things like quotes and words. But if you want to, let's say, convert an image, and let's say you have a workout that works really well, you can send your images to an artist and have the artist turn those images into cartoons. So one site that we recommend going to is called Fiverr.com. That's Fiverr.com. And if you go to the site, you'll be able to find a lot of people who can create amazing cartoons. Now, some of them look really cheesy. The goal of this is to simply find an artist that fits what you're looking for. So if you're scrolling down and you see, okay, this person creates designs that are similar to what I'm looking for, then you might want to open that up. So basically, just scroll down, take a look to see if you can find somebody who is creating designs and cartoons that fit that character. Now, what I recommend that you do is once you have found an artist on Fiverr that creates exactly what you like, stick with them. Okay, so that way all of your cartoons look consistent. If you have 5 different cartoon artists creating 5 different types of styles, it's going to be very obvious to those that are following you that there's something not right. They might think that you're just taking those from online and just simply posting them. But if you have a somewhat of a consistency, and if you're, let's say for example that you're using this person here and they're creating people that are working out, or I mean, you can make it funny if you find that in your niche that they're not using humans, they're using some like animal or something that is very non-threatening. And what that does is because it's non-threatening, people are more likely to click. So once you've gotten them to click, and if you got really good content from that point on, then they're most likely going to stay and continue to follow you. So that's a little bit of a tip, is to take a workout or take something of a graphic that's working really well and then converting it to a cartoon and sticking with the artist. Now, in terms of Fiverr and how you can go about finding really good artists, it's like the question goes, how do you know if they're good or if they're not? The way you can tell is simply by looking at their designs and seeing if there's some consistency. So I know I talk a lot about consistency, but that is going to help you figure out if they're plagiarizing, are they copying from other artists, or do they actually know how to draw? So if we take a look at this guy here, you see how his people and his animals look very similar? That tells us that he is actually drawing those. So for example, this one here is mainly anime, but we can see the design, the style is very similar. So if we go here, it says, I will create a cartoon ready for animation. So this is actually very interesting. This guy creates a cartoon with body parts. So you can have him create a certain type of person and then create different arms, different motions. That way you can have them move, essentially. So this is really good. This is actually very interesting. So you can have them create different faces, different body poses, different motions of the hand, the arms, different things. Okay, so this guy's is actually very decent. This is very interesting right here. I would actually hire this person right here. So if you go to fiverr.com, look for Oleg, Dovgan. So Oleg Dovgan. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but go here, look for this guy. If we look at his reviews, we can see that for the most part, he's got 51 5-star reviews, and for 4-star reviews, he doesn't have any 3, 1, 2, or 3. That's a good sign. We can see that he charges about $20 to do 2 facial expressions. So what I would do is I would start out maybe with the basic one, and if you like it, you can always add more facial expressions, body, arms, and more. But obviously you can see that it's a lot more cheaper if you go with the premium right off the bat. So he does 6 facial expressions, 2 trunk, 3 sets of legs, 8 arms, and 8 additional items. So this guy is actually pretty interesting. I'm glad I looked at this because this is something that we could actually use and create a form of consistency, especially if you create a mascot or a person that looks similar over and over again in terms of either an animal or a female or a male, depending on the demographic that you're trying to target. So that's what I would do also. If your main target is women, you might want to ask the person to create a woman. If your main target is mostly men, then of course, that said, go ahead and create a man. So that's what I would do in terms of content goes. In terms of hashtags, I would utilize the hashtags that we did some research on and that were working really well for us. Now I'll talk more about hashtags and a specific really ninja cool tactic that you can use in the last video, but in the next video, we're going to talk about giveaways. And once you get your account running, how do you go about expanding it without attracting a lot of freebie seekers? All right, so with that said, let's move on to the next video. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 5, and we're going to talk about giveaways and how you can utilize them properly to drive more traffic to your Twitter account, get you more followers, and get you where you want to be so that you can build a bigger list and you can convert those leads into potential sales. Now, there's a wrong way to run a giveaway, and of course, there is a right way to run a giveaway. What I mean by that is the wrong way is to simply attract freebie seekers or attract people who have nothing to do with your niche. So if we go to Twitter here and we type in hashtag giveaway, we can see a lot of people running different types of giveaways. So this gives you a general overall view of giveaways. So if we scroll down here, some of these people are giving something actually related to their business. So for example, Power Direct, I assume is a company, it looks like a company, an electrical retailer company. So they sell a bunch of electrical items, and it looks like they're giving away a auto steam iron. Now, I'm not sure exactly if Power Direct is a company that develops irons. I'm not sure. So if we click here, we can see that they mainly sell appliances. So they sell dishwashers, all sorts of things, TVs, and all that. So to me, that's very broad, and it might make sense to have a giveaway, but you're still not attracting, you might not be attracting someone who might be wanting a dishwasher or wanting other items that you actually sell. If you're giving away an iron, or if you're giving away, let's say, a sewing machine, and you're attracting people who like quilting, people who like sewing of some sort, maybe some arts or crafts. Maybe you're selling a course on sewing. So that would make sense in that case to have a giveaway, to give away a sewing machine. So in this case, it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, it's too broad and too general. In that case, I would not run a giveaway for that. I would want something a lot more specific. Now, if we scroll down to the bottom, a lot of it says like retweet, follow me, retweet me, or retweet this thing, comment below, and all that. Now, this one only says retweet and follow me and follow this person. It doesn't say anything about commenting or anything like that. So what I would do is make sure that people comment. If you can get other people to comment even the hashtag that you're using, that can actually effectively help you rank on that hashtag. So if the hashtag in that case earlier was, let's say, a sewing machine giveaway, if you say comment below hashtag sewing machine giveaway and maybe a comment related to that, then those people commenting will actually help your ranking. See, they're making a mistake here, and even though they might be having a targeted giveaway, they're making a mistake in the sense that they're not asking the people who are putting in, trying to win that contest, to help them rank that post. So if you do that, that's one little trick. Get them all to comment, retweet, like, but not just comment anything, comment the actual hashtag. So we have hashtag giveaway, which is fine, but what you're doing here is you're attracting everybody who is interested in a giveaway. So in that case, we may not want to do that. Hashtags and all of that, which I'll talk about in the next video, is very important what you use. So if we scroll down further down and look at the different giveaways that are available, we can see here. Okay, so this is a good targeted giveaway. This is a good example of one. This person is selling, or this company is selling lemonades. So if we take a look at them, so they're called Calypso Lemonades. They sell different types of flavors of lemonade. And as we scroll down, looks like they do a lot of giveaways, and looks like they're actually getting a lot of interaction. All right, so they're very consistent on the type of giveaway that they are giving. Okay, so that's a big plus. One thing that they could do is shorten their URL here, and there's a lot of caps in lowercase, and it's just kind of confusing as to what is what. But I will give them props. It is targeted, and that's good. So if we click down here, let's just click this tweet here and see what kind of comments they're getting. So they're saying Starting today, enter for your chance to win at blank blank. Good luck. So they don't really tell you what to do. When you run a giveaway, you need to tell people what they need to do. So, like I showed you earlier, comment, retweet, or comment this hashtag, retweet, and like. So as we can see here, it says this person commented, I just entered, found out about y'all, and my life changed or something because of your lemonade. So if we scroll down, so it's interesting to me because these people did not ask for a comment, yet they were able to get a lot of good comments. And the comments aren't just random, they actually relate to the lemonade. But you believe it or not, they could actually double their comments if they simply ask people to comment. So you might have, let's say, 141 likes, but there's only 56 comments. If you ask people, the requirement is also to comment, they would have gotten 141 comments if they got 141 likes. Now, that's not guaranteed, but we're just saying we're trying to expand the interaction here. So what they could do is they could do hashtag lemonade giveaway and ask people to comment down below that, and of course how their product has actually helped people. So essentially what they're doing is they are giving away what people already want. And that is why they are building a targeted list. They are building a targeted following. People get what they want. So in other words, another thing you could do is do giveaways with coupons. If you're launching a product, you could say, okay, so for every one of you who comments down below, I'm going to choose 10 winners. And you could choose those 10 winners. And then for the people that did not win, you could give them coupons like 10% off coupon to your product. And they're going to be happy because that's what they wanted in the first place. So in other words, don't run a giveaway for like an Amazon card. Now, you could say that they could buy a product that is related, but then you're going to attract other people that just want your Amazon cards that have nothing to do with your niche. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm not going to go into too much because I want you to take action. I want you to take this information and apply it. So remember, target giveaways are key. Get them to comment, get them to retweet, and of course, get them to like. Now, in addition to that, one thing that can help you choose a person, let's say, for example, you have hundreds of comments and likes, but you don't know who to choose as a winner. So there are some tools out there. You can actually go to google.com, do a search for like random tweet picker. And one in specific it's called TweetDraw. And if you go to competitionagency.com, that's competitionagency.com/tweetdraw. A lot of these tools actually require that you log in. So you need to log in and then you simply paste the URL of your giveaway. So I can't really show you that to you now because I'm logged into a brand new account that I created just for this video course. But you log in, you simply enter the URL and it will choose a random winner. You can take a screenshot of that and then show people that you actually utilize this tool. And that way they know it's random. Otherwise, if you just pick someone that you like, that's not really random. So that's as easy as it gets. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to take that giveaway to the next level and get more traffic. All right. Hello and welcome back. This is video number 6, and we're going to talk about how you can multiply your giveaway in the sense of broadening our reach and getting access to more audiences that would be interested in what you're selling. So you really have to think a little bit for this one because you really need to know what you're selling. So let's start off where we left off in the previous video with the Calypso lemonade. So as we talked about in the previous video, this particular one sells lemonade. So we have to think, okay, what other audiences are interested in lemonade? So we can think of people who go out on the beaches, they're thirsty, they're looking for lemonade to drink. So in that case, what we could do is we could begin to look for beaches in certain areas that sell Calypso lemonade. So if we happen to find a beach, we could do hashtag beach, that particular beach. If we find out that maybe there's a Calypso lemonade store in a specific city, we could hashtag that specific city or location or wherever. So that's what happens here is you're not just targeting that particular your followers, you're also targeting people who are going to want your product, if that makes sense. So you really have to think on this one, and you have to think carefully because it requires you to think about where your audiences are located. Now, if you're selling something that is just generic, let's say a weight loss product or course, then you're going to want to think, okay, where are these people located? Maybe you can target New Year's hashtags around that time of the year. You can target specific diets, maybe the paleo diet, or specific diets that help people lose weight that are targeted specific for that. Or you can target specific authorities that talk about weight loss. Maybe you could potentially, it's not in direct competition with them, but it's actually something that complements whatever that they are trying to sell. Now, you have to really be careful about tagging authorities. You might want to ask them first before you tag them. And the reason why you want to do that is because if you do that, you'll get their permission and you won't look spammy. One thing that people really hate is to be tagged in something and they did not give you permission at all. If you do that, it can actually help, but it can also backfire. They themselves, if they have a big following, they can call you out on that, and that will not look good on you. So you have to be very careful. It's kind of like a JV. You need to contact them first and say, hey, can I use, tag your followers? And if I tag your followers, I'm going to give your followers XYZ. So it's a win-win situation. And also you're going to get more exposure because I'm doing the same with these other 10 authority figures. So in turn, you'll get more exposure. I'll be happy to promote your product and vice versa. So it's kind of like you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back kind of thing. But you want to make sure that it is targeted, that it is not some random Amazon card, but it's actually something that your followers are going to be interested in and their followers are going to be interested in vice versa. So that's as simple as it gets as far as trying to expand your reach. All right, congratulations. You've reached the end of this video course. Make sure that you watch it again if you want to recap and try to implement it, but don't sit on this. Implement this and start building your Twitter following.